Welcome to your morning goss, a morning segment I have here on Bravo Hot Tea. We're of course going to talk about our fave Bravo loves, some pop culture tea. And with that said, definitely subscribe, like this video, chime into the comments below, do all the good YouTube stuff. And with that said, let's get into it. So, of course, Miss Barlow is the hot topic of the day. So, Lisa Barlow has been sued. And this is someone who's suing her who is a longtime friend, and she owes over 400K in alleged unpaid loans. So, let's get into it. Lisa Barlow and her brands, Vida Tequila and Lux Marketing. So I want to point that out. It's specifically Miss Barlow, Vida Tequila, and Lux Marketing that's facing a lawsuit from her former friend and business partner, Bart Carlson. Carlson filed a lawsuit against the RHOSLC star Wednesday, claiming he loaned Barlow, Vida, and Lux Tequila around 410K between May 2010 and February 2018. Guys, that is a span of 8 years. And now 2010 is shortly after the '08 housing crisis. I don't know if any of that has to do with anything, but for context, it's good to know and keep in mind. And again, he's been loaning her money for 8 years is how I'm reading it. He also said when Barlow first came to him for financial assistance, he willingly lent her the money, but the pair never agreed on a repayment schedule due to their close relationship. Ooh, close relationship. Is this the man the Real Housewives were referring to that Lisa was having fun with to get good seats for whatever sports team is in Utah? Guys, this is not looking good. Here's how I'm seeing it. Barlow went to her rich friend Bart Carlson back in 2010. She got the money for her brands. And over the 8 years, they had no repayment schedule, nothing, no contractual obligation. It just kind of seemed like, oh, hey, my rich friend Bob, I need some money to get my company going or to keep it afloat. Can you loan me X amount? And then her rich friend Bob loaned her the amount. And then this just continued. And I don't know how wealthy this guy is. I didn't take a look into his background. But if he's not asking for it back in the first couple years and he's still loaning it out to her, the guy's doing pretty well. And then I guess he, asked for it back. He's probably seeing that she's doing well. She's living this, extraordinary lifestyle, but she kept saying that she can't pay him back. So now he's like, okay, well, since you're telling me you can't pay it back, but you're doing so well, I'm going to get the help of a judge to ensure that I get my money back. So the amount of marketing that this show has done for Lisa Barlow, her Vida Tequila, and anything else she's associated with, you cannot buy this level of marketing. It is just beyond. So I would assume right now, she's doing quite well for herself. They are about to air season 5. And I would imagine her paycheck is near 500,000. I'm just assuming. But let's get into Lisa Barlow's statement. Now, before I read the statement, one thing I will say, Lisa Barlow and her 6 lawyers had a pretty good turnaround time when it comes to, her giving a statement. So she said, Bart Carlson was once a business partner in a restaurant in Park City, and I thought a friend. Anyways, I'm gonna stop. I am deeply saddened that he has decided 9 years after our restaurant business ceased to claim that I owe him money. What is she talking about? A restaurant business? But we'll get back to that. To be very clear, the claim that I owe Bart or his company money is untrue. I pay my bills and obligations, and I always have. I look forward to the truth coming out, and I intend to hold Bart fully accountable for any damages for any damage this personal attack may cause me or my businesses. Okay. Bart is clearly suing Lisa Barlow, Vida Tequila, and Lux Marketing. But why is Lisa Barlow bringing up a failed restaurant business? Um, after 9 years, 9 years after our restaurant business ceased to claim. I don't know. I find it all very fishy. We're not gonna get into the bottom of this right here, right now. There's like, this is just coming out, so I'm sure we'll hear more about it. Here's my takeaway. Do not ever go into business or lend money to friends and family. Just don't do it if you can avoid it. And, for whatever reason, if you choose to, unlike Bart Carlson, have a contract in place that is binding so that both parties are held accountable for their ends. But I'm sure we'll hear more about this situation with Miss Barlow, but let's move on. Guys, Lala is yapping away when it comes to Traitors. What does Lala Kent have to do with Traitors? Well, she's yapping on Amazon Live yet again. Apparently, she was approached for Traitors season 2, but the timing wasn't right. The only thing I can think of is last year when they were filming Traitors 2, she was going through the process of figuring out how she is going to have her second child. That's the only thing I can think of. Other than that, is this even true? I don't know, because I feel like if this was true, she would have yapped about it last year. So her timing of talking about being approached for Traitors now is interesting because obviously Traitors 3, we're getting a lot of buzz about it. And this season, Tom Sandoval is on it, plus some other Real Housewives. So I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts. Would you guys like to see Lala on Traitors in a future season? Let me know. We're still on Traitors. Now Monique is yapping about the current season of Traitors. There was a lot of buzz about Monique being on Traitors 3, and then she had denied all rumors. So I don't know, it's a little weird that she denied it at that time, but now she's saying how her and Candace were in consideration for the same season, Traitors 3, but then Candace had to back down because obviously, she's carrying a child and they don't want a pregnant person on Traitors, so that makes sense. It's just a lot of like yapping, like, why would you put me and Candace on the same show? And then she talked about how they couldn't afford her, like the number wasn't right, and then she passed on it. And then she's like, once she learned about her and Candace, she's like, no way, I am never gonna be on Traitors, like ever, ever. It's just a lot of yapping going on her end. And then, of course, in the end, we have Robin on Traitors 3, and good for Robin, get that bag. So, Louie, it seems like he is always embroiled in some sort of lawsuit, some sort of less than savory situation when it comes to his business dealings. Look, when it comes to his latest suit against him and the CEO of Vinivia, which is a new streaming platform, I'm sure you guys remember that huge launch party Teresa, the some of her daughters went to, the D'Amelios, and there was like tons of celebs. Well, that company is not doing so well. I'm not going to cover it fully at length on this video. There's just too much to cover. I've looked at some of the information that has come out. It is shady. I just think, this man, everything he touches, why is it that, he can't just go about his merry way? Like, people are starting businesses all the time. People have businesses all the time, and I get it, when it comes to business, there's a level of risk. You can get sued, okay, I get that. It's just the way he moves, it's a little shady. So I'll cover it in a separate video. There's more to discuss at length. Let's talk about our Cuban Barbie. What's going on with her? So, Alexia Napoli, I think she changed her name, I can't remember, and Todd. Obviously, it seems like he kind of blindsided her with the filing for divorce a couple months ago. And she was, of course, crying on her podcast with Marisol. I think it's called I Per Favor, and it's hosted by her and Marisol, and it's under the umbrella of 2 T's. So, anyways, it seemed like in a recent, podcast, Alexia was saying her and Todd are on speaking terms, and, she's just, hoping for things to get back on track, but I guess, I don't know, like, a week later, they're back to not being on speaking terms, and I guess he's gonna move on with, divorcing this woman. Um, Obviously, on the show, things were a little weird. The man is in real estate, luxury real estate, and he kept going on about how a good it's not good to buy, it's good to rent, but then he's out there selling houses. So it's a little weird. I don't know what the money situation is with these two, but obviously Alexia, she loves to flaunt her wealth. She had that like 50K, what was it, like a bracelet or a watch. She loves that life. And I don't know how much what the cash flow on a monthly basis looks like from her nail salon. And I don't know what other personal ventures she has, but I'm going to assume Todd was footing the bill on the suite they had rented and wherever else they were living afterwards. It's a little shady situation going on with these two, and the way I see it from the outside, he probably got tired of her antics, and I don't know, maybe he couldn't afford her. I don't know, guys. This one, it's another one where we'll hear more about it. It is unfortunate that Real Housewives of Miami is taking a break from filming because I'm sure it would have been interesting for the cameras to follow follow along Alexia. One day she's talking to Todd, she's not talking to Todd. We would have had scenes with her crying to the girls. I'm sure we would have had a scene where the girls all are supporting her, much like they did for Lisa Hochstein when the situation with Lenny happened. Now, obviously, this is a little different. There's no, other parties involved here. He just seemed like he got sick of her, whatever, and he filed for divorce. And that's that with these two. Okay, so Jeff Lewis, you guys, he is so messy, but like we love Jeff Lewis for that. He was on Watch What Happens Live this week, and he had a lot to say. One of the things he said is, so he was on with Caroline Stanbury, who is from Real Housewives of Dubai. He basically said Kelly Dodd should pack her bags and go to Real Housewives of Dubai. Kelly Dodd, you guys, was ousted from Real Housewives of OC during the pandemic. I guess Bravo, they didn't feel her comments were aligned with the network, and they basically didn't renew her contract. And if you guys watch Rick and Kelly on the Daily Smash, their podcast YouTube channel, they're still fairly outspoken about whatever their views are, whether it be pop culture, politics, world news, I don't know, funny videos of the day, whatever it might be. And their numbers are doing great there. And she seems honestly like off of Housewives. We do see a lot of housewives spiraling, but when it comes to Kelly Dodd, I think like her and Rick Leventhal, like I really like them together as a couple. I don't know about Dubai. I don't think we need her to go to Dubai, but on the Daily Smash, their podcast, their YouTube uh, shows that they do on a daily basis, she has spoken out about putting her on Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip. I would think it would be hilarious to see Kelly Dodd back. She gets selected for, a future Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip, and those girls would be shaken. Like, holy crap, Kelly Dodd is back. I think that would be really fun to watch, so I'm all for it. Jeff Lewis, maybe not Dubai, but Ultimate Girls Trip. Why not? Let's get Kelly Dodd, back on air. Guys, the situation with Justin Timberlake, I cannot get enough of the memes. Like, the internet truly, anytime some sort of, I don't know, celebrity situation happens or real like world news. Like, remember with Ocean Gate with that like tin can of a submarine with those billionaires, going into the ocean to get close to the Titanic. Um, it's truly the internet that stays winning. And that's exactly the situation we have here. The memes, the endless memes, literally every hour you can scroll through a number of new memes regarding JT. Now, I just find it so funny that the cop that pulled him over had no clue who Justin Timberlake was. And then Justin Timberlake, under his breath, was like, "This is gonna ruin the world tour." And then the cop's like, "What tour?" And then Justin's like, "The world tour." Like, the cop, I think I read somewhere he was, like, 22. So the man is so young that he has no clue who Justin Timberlake is, which, okay, are we all getting that old that these, new cops don't know who one of the, biggest pop stars, one of the I don't know, one of the guys from one of the biggest boy bands is? That to me is insane. The other thing is only in the Hamptons are you gonna get a mugshot where it looks like it was taken with a 4K camera. Like, what the heck? Like, if you look at the picture, like if you like zoom into his picture, it looks like they have a ring light at whatever station it was taken at, because the lighting, it is good. So, yeah, the internet stays winning. He's out, I believe, without bail, and he'll fight it. I don't know, I think it's so dumb. Why are you getting pulled over for, like, drinking and driving? Like, that is, like, the dumbest thing in 2024. Like, we have so many options, Ubers, Lyft, call a friend of a friend, the restaurant you're at, have them call a cab. There's just too many options. This is just so silly. Lastly, guys, I will have my Dubai recap up probably later today. So I came across this where someone's like how the newest cast member of Real Housewives of Dubai, Talene, she resembles a mix of Marisol from Miami and Larsa from Miami. And then like once I saw this, I couldn't, like, unsee it. I'm like, "Oh my god, Talene does look like a mix of, Larsa and Marisol." Honestly, guys, I think Talene has been I don't know, I think, like, lightning in a bottle when it comes to casting. They took out was it Layla Ali? I forgot that pretty lady's name, but she was really, I don't know, pretty, and she had a nice family that first season of Dubai. But Talene, I think she's doing well. She's giving us looks, she's moving the story along, she's, making nice with some of the housewives. I don't know what's going on over with Caroline Brooks, but I will cover it in my recap. So look forward to that. And as always, there's more, discussions to come about our housewives, Bravo lives, more pop culture tea. I got you. And definitely subscribe, like this video, and I will catch you all later.